Research is hard, but your tools should not be. Subthesis.com is the free alternative to expensive software. Whether you need to calculate Chromebox alpha or organize your field notes, Subthesis has a tool for it. No paywalls and no registration required. Check the link in the description and let's dive into today's lesson. Welcome to the final lecture of Module 4. Remote and distributed teams are now common. Managing them effectively requires different skills than managing co-located teams. Today we focus on async communication, the backbone of successful remote teams. Distributed teams have become the norm rather than the exception. Team members span multiple time zones, sometimes with no overlap at all. They come from different cultures with different communication styles. There's less informal communication, no hallway conversations or lunch discussions. This means intentionality is required. What happens naturally in an office must be designed deliberately for remote teams. Synchronous communication means everyone communicates at the same time. Meetings, phone calls, real-time chat. Asynchronous communication means people communicate on their own schedules. Email, recorded videos, documents. Remote teams need more async and less sync than co-located teams. Sync is expensive when time zones don't overlap. Someone always has to work at inconvenient hours. Build your communication patterns around async with sync for what truly requires it. Let's establish the principles of effective async communication. These fundamentals make remote work successful. In remote teams, writing is your primary communication medium. Invest in writing well. Every written communication should be clear, complete, and actionable. Don't require back and forth to understand what you mean. Assume the reader has no context. They might read your message hours later after working on other things. Remind them what this is about. Structure for scannability. Use headers, bullets, and bold text. People will skim. Help them find what matters. Default to transparency. Share information openly unless there's a reason for privacy. Use public channels over private messages when possible. This spreads knowledge and includes people who might need to know. Document decisions and the context behind them. Future team members and your future self will need to understand why choices were made. Information gaps hurt remote teams more than co-located ones because there's no informal way to fill them. Every meeting has higher cost for distributed teams. Someone is always at an awkward hour. Convert status updates to written form. A daily written update is often better than a daily stand-up call. Use video meetings only when real-time interaction is needed for decisions, problem-solving, or relationship building. Record meetings for those who can't attend. They can watch at their convenience and stay informed. Set clear expectations for response times on different channels. Urgent matters use real-time chat or phone. You expect a response within minutes. Standard matters use email. Response expected within 24 hours. Low priority items can wait for weekly meetings or regular check-ins. This prevents people from checking everything constantly while ensuring urgent matters get attention. Document these expectations so everyone understands. Documentation is the backbone of remote teams. Let's discuss what to document and how. Document the right things, not everything. Document decisions and their rationale. Why did we choose this approach? What were the alternatives? Document processes and how-tos. How do we release code? How do we onboard new team members? Document project status and progress. Where are we? What's next? What's blocked? Document meeting outcomes, not transcripts. The actions and decisions matter, not who said what. Documentation is only valuable if people can find it. Organize logically with clear structure. Use folders, categories, and consistent naming. Use search-friendly titles and keywords. People search for what they need. Make sure your documents appear. Link related documents together. From the decision, link to the process. From the process, link to the how-to. Keep documentation current. Outdated documentation is worse than none because it misleads people. Review and update regularly. Create a team handbook. This is the single source of truth for how the team works. It covers communication norms. What channels do we use for what? Tools. What software do we use? How is it configured? Processes. How do we plan? How do we release? How do we handle incidents? It's an onboarding guide for new members who can get up to speed by reading it. Keep it as a living document, update it when things change. When your team spans time zones, specific techniques help ensure everyone can participate effectively. Find overlap windows where most team members are available. These might be just a few hours per day. Protect these windows for work that truly requires synchronous communication. Don't waste them on status updates or information sharing that could be async. For meetings outside overlap, rotate times to share the burden. Don't always make the same time zone uncomfortable. Enable autonomous work. People should be able to make progress without waiting for others who might be sleeping. Provide clear priorities and next steps. When someone finishes a task, they should know what to do next. Enable self-service access to information through good documentation. Give people authority to make decisions within their scope. Waiting for approval from someone 12 hours away slows everything down. Implement handoff practices for truly global teams. End-of-day summaries communicate what was done, what's pending, and any blockers. Explicit handoffs between time zone groups ensure continuity. Where did we leave off? What needs to happen next? Maintain clear ownership at any given time. Someone is always accountable. For urgent matters, follow the sun means work continues around the clock as each time zone picks up. Remote teams risk becoming transactional, just completing tasks without real connection. Deliberate effort builds the relationships that make teams effective. Schedule informal social time deliberately. Virtual coffee conversations, team celebrations, casual chat channels. Make it optional so it doesn't feel forced, but make it available so people can connect. In an office, connection happens accidentally. People chat in the kitchen, they walk to lunch together. Remote teams don't have these accidents. You have to create the opportunities intentionally. When feasible, meet in person occasionally. Team offsites, even just a few days, accelerate relationship building dramatically. Even annual gatherings provide a foundation for the rest of the year's remote collaboration. Think of in-person time as investment in relationship infrastructure. It pays dividends throughout the year in smoother collaboration and stronger trust. Be aware of remote team challenges. Isolation and disconnection affect mental health and engagement. Check in on how people are doing, not just what they're doing. Overwork happens when home and work boundaries blur. Model healthy boundaries yourself. Communication gaps lead to misunderstandings. Invest in over-communication. And trust takes longer to build without in-person interaction. Be patient and deliberate. Let's apply this. Review your team's current communication patterns. How much is synchronous versus asynchronous? Are you over-relying on meetings? Where are the gaps? Is documentation missing? Are decisions not being recorded? What one change would help your remote team most? Pick one improvement and implement it this week. Let's summarize Module 4's final lecture. Favor async communication over sync for distributed teams. Every meeting costs more across time zones. Invest in writing well with clear response expectations. Document decisions, processes, and status so information flows without requiring presence, and build personal connection deliberately through virtual social time and occasional in-person gatherings. We've completed Module 4, the human side of PM. In Module 5, we explore advanced topics and career development. Lecture 17 applies agile principles to non-software projects from construction to marketing to events. Thank you for completing Module 4 on the human side of project management. Remote work requires intentional design. Apply these principles to build effective distributed teams. I'll see you in Module 5. Research is hard, but your tools should not be. Subthesis.com is the free alternative to expensive software. Whether you need to calculate Chromebox Alpha or organize your field notes, Subthesis has a tool for it. No paywalls and no registration required. Check the link in the description and let's dive into today's lesson.